Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to see how you can make more money with ease or relax your way to more abundance. This video was requested by a viewer who mentioned that because of health issues they can't take as many of the traditional money making actions that society teaches us in order to call in more money, and they wanted to know how they can still manifest money into their lives, which I love to talk about. And this is something I've talked about in my business in different ways over the last almost 6 years now, is this kind of other side of the equation, because we are taught so much to hustle and make money, but if we're making the money, we need to make sure we're also letting it in and receiving, right? So sometimes in the spiritual world, we often use the term feminine energy to describe that laid back receiving energy. And we also use the term masculine energy to describe the more action oriented energy around money. I like to use these terms, but I also like to use the terms receiving mode and action mode, respectively. So you may hear a lot of that languaging used interchangeably throughout these readings. So this is a timeless reading. Anytime you find this video is exactly when you need to hear the messages within it. And as we dive into this reading together, please remember that you are the creator of your reality. So always take what you need from these readings, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. Find your own truths, clarity, and alignment in these readings, whatever that looks like for you. And if you are new here, then welcome. I'm so glad you have found this video and this channel. My name is Taylor Eaton, and I am the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, which is one of the decks that I have here for you to pick from today in this reading. Pre-order is open for the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, so if you want to reserve your copy for use in abundance and money readings, the link to pre-order is available in the description and pinned comment below. And once you pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I'm giving away for free to anyone who pre-orders. The link to get access to that is also in the description and pinned comment below. A quick note before we dive into picking your deck: I do not currently offer private readings outside of the Wealth Vibe membership, so please do not be scammed by anyone in the comments or on other social media platforms pretending to be me. I will never ever message you and ask you to pay me for a reading. If you do want to join the Wealth Vibe membership so that you can purchase a private reading with me, or just to get access to all of the amazing resources and community you need to manifest the wealth you desire, I would love to get to connect with you inside of that membership. So the link for the Wealth Vibe membership is also in the description and pinned comment below. Now let's run through the decks and their crystals so that you can pick your deck and dive into your reading. So we have deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. For deck 1, the crystal is Amethyst. For deck 2, we have clear Quartz. And for deck 3, we have green Aventurine. We will be incorporating multiple decks into each of the readings, and I will list all of the decks used in this reading in the description below. You can absolutely watch more than one reading if more than one deck is calling to you. That just means that there is guidance for you in each of those readings. So pause the video now if you need to, and take however long you need to choose the deck or decks that are calling to you, and then click the timestamps below to navigate to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello, deck number 1. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has to help you tap into that receiving mode, divine energy, and call more money into your life with ease. Because you can do all the things to make money, but you also have to be able to receive money to actually reap the rewards of those actions you take, no matter how big or small. And it's amazing how much in our society we are told it's all about taking action. It's very much about taking just those really aligned actions, which can be small or few, and learning how to balance that with being able to receive and getting into this receiving mode that we're going to chat about here. So in this reading, we're going to look at what may be blocking you from receiving money and what you can do to open up to receive with ease, or basically relax your way to more money. As a side note, being able to harness this receiving mode or relaxation for calling in more money is something that we've covered in the Wealth Vibe membership in the past as a challenge, and it's been, I think, one of the most popular challenge in there so far. So this is going to be a challenge that we probably bring back again in there in the next, I'm thinking in the next 2 months. So if you want to join in and you want to get some resources around that and be there when we revisit that challenge soon, that link to do so is in the description and pinned comment to come join me in the Wealth Vibe membership. So with that being said, let's dive into your reading. We'll move your crystal out of the way and we're going to start shuffling with our Wealthy Woman deck to see, I want to see what's blocking deck 1 from receiving with ease. These could be habits, mindset, limiting beliefs, energies, situations. This one's really calling to me. All right, let's start with these and see what we have for you. So we have the Light Weaver card. We have Abundant Assembly and Eon of Excess. Okay. So what I'm seeing for you, deck 1, with these cards that have come out for your block is that I get the sense that in the past you had some sort of feeling like you were in a good groove with money, or feeling like you were in maybe in a job that was paying you well and you could kind of see this clear trajectory into the future of how this is all going to work out for me, or that maybe you were seeing, you felt like you kind of had everything lined up for you is what I'm seeing in some way with money. Maybe you even had a lot more money than you have now, or just a deeper sense, whether your financial situation was different or not, of a level of financial security or safety with money. And I'm seeing that there was something that happened, right, that you took your foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe you relaxed a little bit, but you took your foot off the gas a little bit. And when it comes to like how much you were working, or, like with maybe your drive, your motivation, and you saw a dip in money, or you all of a sudden felt like the money wasn't flowing as easily before. So there's something that's happened in the past that it feels like there was some evidence you had that it's like, it's not safe to relax, right? It's not safe to relax because if I relax, I'm not going to make more money, right? Like the money dries up when I relax. And this can be a conscious belief or it can be a subconscious belief. Oftentimes we think, oh no, I don't believe that. But what I've seen for doing this work for almost 6 years now is I've seen so many people have these deeper beliefs that it's like, oh, I saw, even if you saw your parents, right? Like this could have been like childhood or the people who raised you were financially secure, and then something happened when they kind of like let their guard down or something like that. And all of a sudden then they were in financial turmoil or they were stressed about money more, right? So this could have been you or someone else around you that you were close with. But something happened in the past, right? And it just built this story, whether conscious or not. I think for most of you, what I'm getting is that it's a subconscious belief that it's not really safe to relax around money, and that what you put out is exactly what comes back to you, right? And we have this with the Light Weaver card, but this is the interesting thing. This is an energetic thing we're told, right, in the spiritual community, is what you put out is what you receive, right? It's like what you put out into the world is what you get back to you. And that's true in some ways, but you have to realize that when you're, and this is kind of helping you work through some of this limiting belief maybe that might be under the surface, is that when you're putting out the energy of taking action to make money, it's like, but if the underlying energy behind all the actions is, I'm taking these actions because it's not safe to relax, it's not safe to trust that the money's going to come in if I just kind of get comfortable or let my guard down, that term keeps coming up for you. And what you'll find is that when you're looking at the underlying energy of what you're putting out into the world, that's what you're going to keep getting back, right? And so if there's that belief of it's not safe for me to just relax, so I need to constantly be hustling or doing things or not ever fully relaxing and feeling safe and supported and secure, or like the money's coming and trust in that, if you're constantly feeling that way and then taking action from that place, that's the energy you're putting out to the world. Yes, you're putting out actions, but the actions are carrying this energy, this, kind of frequency, this energetic blueprint or imprint of not being safe, of being insecure, being unstable around money, being unsupported by finances or by the universe or by the flow of money in your life. And so it's really important for you to really start to look at what's the underlying energy behind all the actions you're taking to make money, big or small, right? What's the underlying energy? So especially if you're someone who you can't, be taking a lot of money making actions in your life because of health, or just because of like maybe you're not the primary, breadwinner in the family and you're a stay-at-home parent, or, whatever it is, What's your energy behind, when you spend money? What's the energy behind when you save money or when you choose not to buy something? Every choice and every action you take around money, what's the energetic frequency that it's carrying? What's the driving belief that's causing you to take or not take that action or spend or not spend that money or whatever it is, right? And so when you're looking deeper, deck one, at what's the energetic frequency that I'm putting out, then it's going to start to make a whole lot more sense of what's coming in and why. Like, if the energetic frequency of is I don't have enough money, so I got to hustle to make money, then you'll put out all this energy and maybe get some money back, but maybe not quite as much as you want because you're coming from a place of scarcity, right? That's the underlying energetic driver behind all of your actions. If you are taking action from the place of, it's not safe to relax, it's not safe to slow down, then what you're putting out there is this energy of constant fight or flight almost. And so then the money comes in. This is especially if you see money come in kind of feast and famine cycles, that can be a big reason that you're seeing this because that's the energy that's going out. So a quick little exercise for you to do, deck one, that source is giving me for you, is just taking a moment. You could pause the video now or you could do this after this reading is done. But take a moment and either journal or just reflect on your main money-making actions or the money, your main interactions with money, especially if you're not currently working, just the way you kind of spend money or budget your money or approach your money. What are the driving factors behind everything you do related to money? What's the driving energy? What's the underlying energy? If you had to put one word, like one adjective that would describe that, what would that be? And see if that helps you start to get a little bit clarity of why what you're putting out isn't maybe what you're getting, you're not getting what you want back, but it's equal or reflective of what you're putting out, right? So this is, again, with this topic of this reading being, how can you relax your way to more money? And with these cards for you, deck one representing what's blocking you from being able to relax your way to more money or receive money with more ease. It's that there's some sort of underlying belief that is driving your money actions from a place of either like scarcity or fear or not feeling safe, right? Safe to relax, safe around money, anything like that, right? So looking at those underlying energies that are driving your money-making actions. Now, if you're someone who's been doing a lot of money mindset work for a long time, then just remember that there's always deeper levels of different subconscious beliefs that are deep in there. I personally, just a week ago, uncovered some massive underlying subconscious beliefs I'd had that were keeping me small and from my next level of abundance, right? So it's like this work keeps continuing on, right? We get to continue growing and healing and evolving. And money's a beautiful kind of external tool for us to use to further that growth, right? So just keep that in mind. You might be like, I've already done this mindset work. I'm not, I don't feel scarce around money. Just for a moment, take a little bit of time after this reading, just to see if there's any little remnants of that kind of energy, that scarce energy, that unsafe energy around money or around relaxing around money, right? That maybe might be driving your actions a little bit more than you're realizing. Because that's what I'm seeing for you, deck one, is very much there's some sort of underlying energy that isn't really a match for what you want, but it's a match for what you're getting because it's what's driving your actions and your relationship and your thoughts around money. Right, so that's the first thing. The other thing that's blocking it is because of this, also feeling like you're maybe cut off from people in some way. And maybe this is that you're not allowing yourself to go out and socialize because you don't want to spend the money, or maybe even feeling like, especially if you're an entrepreneur or someone like that, or even just in your own life, doing everything on your own and not allowing others to assist you, right? The interesting thing, and from this card in the deck, when I channeled the guidance for it and wrote the guidebook for the Wealthy Woman deck, what always stood out to me about the Abundant Assembly card and the energy behind it is that there's no prize for doing it on your own. And this is something I've had to hear over the years, right? As someone who's an overachiever and very independent, but there's no prize in life for doing it all on your own, and that includes around making money and allowing money in with ease, right? So just keeping in mind that, if you have these stories of I'm a burden on others if I ask for help, or I can't go hang out with people because that costs money, it's like, or, and again, those underlying scarce or unsafe energies, or I can't trust other people to help me with money or anything like that. or to outsource things in my business, or to delegate things to my team in my career, whatever it is, like allowing people in to help you multiply your money, right? To help you increase your money. That's going to be kind of the other thing that's blocking you. That's where you can start to also soften a little bit, is asking for help, allowing help in from others. So these are some of the blocks, right? So let's see what you can do to open up to receive with these. We already had a little bit of what you can do to remove this block, identify, and just kind of start to see how you can shift that energy underneath it all. And then also, starting to connect with others more, allow others in more, find ways to connect with people maybe without spending a bunch of money if you don't feel like you can. So ways you can allow yourself to open up to receive with ease is radiate gratitude, right? And I know gratitude is something that is often overdone in the manifestation community, especially around money, right? But truly, there is such a power to gratitude, and especially when we're talking about with the placement of this card, how if you're the energy you're using to put out actions into the world, deck one, if you can shift that energy to be more carrying the energy of gratitude, then that's going to be massive, right? So allowing yourself to really radiate gratitude out into the world and carry gratitude into all of your actions around money. And that includes how you spend money, how you budget money, when you choose to spend money or not spend money, all those sorts of things. So having some sort of daily gratitude practice could be really great for you, deck one. Also, before you're about to, Source is saying, before you go to spend any money or make any decision around money, or even check your bank account or pay bills or anything like that, sitting and having gratitude for what you do have financially, for the way money does flow to you, maybe for the support that others are offering you or that you receive from others in some way. And especially when you're paying bills, this was something I loved doing when I just saw 1111 for you, so this is some nice confirmation for this exercise for you. But what I loved doing when I had $100,000 in debt, as I was kind of moving my way into then having $100,000 in the bank, was one of the big things I did was I had a lot of bills to pay. And whenever I would sit down to pay a bill, for a long time, there was this underlying fear of it or resentment of it, or feeling scarce around it when I'd pay. And instead, when I was able to start shifting and, really having gratitude for the bill that I was paying, for what that money had allowed me to do that I owed, right? So, for example, if it's an electricity bill, what does having electricity allow you to do? How can you be grateful for that electricity and the fact that you get to pay for it? If you're paying a bill that's some sort of debt, what did you use that money for when you took out the loan or when you charged it to your credit card or whatever it was? And can you have gratitude that that money was available to you in that form, even if you're paying it back now? And how amazing and wonderful it was for you to get to have that thing that you spent that money on, right? Like having that level of gratitude, really charging or energizing or carrying all of your actions, like we were talking about, forward with money, is going to help you then call more of it in. I just saw 222 for you. So that's some really beautiful guidance. We have some more cards popping out for you. Easy does it, which is just perfect, because for this reading, really, this is all about, like when we talk about easy does it, we have a sloth. It's like, slow down, slow down. Again, if you are someone that is hustling constantly, taking just 15 minutes a day to just fully relax. And when I say relax, mentally and physically relax, not just physically. It's not like go take a bubble bath and then in the bubble bath be mentally stressing about money or doing your to-do list or thinking, what do I need to do next, right? This is like when I say fully relax, mentally and physically relax, taking time to do that each day. This is how I personally have found is the most effective way to get into the receiving mode, as I call it, into that space where we are no longer energetically pushing out, and we're now allowing the energy of money to come in. And that's a lot of what the challenges that we did in the Wealth Vibe membership several months back. That's what we're going to be doing in the next couple of months again, as we saw 333 for you, as we relaunch that challenge, which again was one of the most popular in the Wealth Vibe membership. So definitely come join in if you want some resources around the receiving mode and to join us for our challenge in the future when we do that. But this is, the universe is really just saying, like, it's safe to take a step back, and it's important for you, even if it's just 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, to spend fully relaxing. And this takes some practice, by the way. Deck one, this takes some practice to be able to fully relax, especially if you've been in a season of constant hustle and stress and money and like trying to get after the money and make the money happen. It's very easy to be stuck in that, right? And our brain is wired to continue to just be constantly doing that on autopilot. So breaking that habit by each day having a little bit of gratitude behind all your money actions, and then just taking a little bit of time to relax. It sounds so simple, but it's so powerful when you can fully mentally and physically relax, right? Not be mentally working or stressing or thinking about money, but be fully present, enjoying yourself in the moment. And the more you can master this, the more that I see money is going to start to flow to you. You're going to be open to receiving money coming in more easily. And I know that this is, again, easier said than done, because especially when you feel like you're scarce or it's not safe to relax around money, that's the last thing you want to do. But the universe is saying it's important for you to just take a little bit of time each day to start building up evidence to yourself that it's safe to relax and to not be stressing or thinking about money constantly or taking action toward money constantly. It's actually safe to feel good about money even before the money shows up. It's safe to feel grateful for it. Doing this rewires yourself and then changes the frequency with which you're operating around money, and also that you're, kind of calling money in. Doing this is going to allow you to defy gravity in terms of your finances, in terms of, again, just opening up the floodgates for abundance, allowing more money in more quickly. And then we also have Get Lost. I see you taking some sort of trip soon. Deck 1, I see you taking some sort of trip. I get the sense it's going to happen the more that you start to relax and have gratitude. More money will come in to allow you to take some sort of travel, like physically traveling somewhere. It could be far away. For a lot of you, I see it might just be kind of almost a staycation even, but taking some sort of vacation, some sort of trip. It's something you're going to almost have to work up to. Because I get the sense, even if you travel a lot or you go on vacations, that you haven't been fully mentally there. You've been mentally working or stressing or not fully able to enjoy it in the past. And I see that in the future, you're going to take some sort of trip in the next few months, I'm seeing, where you're actually going to be able to be so present in it. And when you are, I see, this is so exciting, Deck 3, that some unexpected money will come your way on the trip or shortly after you get back from it, because you've been in the receiving mode, like basically the whole trip, because you've been practicing it before you take your trip for the next, several weeks or days or whatever it is. So that's really exciting. That's very cool. So if you're going on a trip soon, Deck 1, or you find yourself traveling or taking some time off from working or anything like that, or even just being around your house but intentionally not thinking about money for a little bit, and just being fully present and grateful and feeling just abundant in other ways than financially, and just being so present and grateful for wherever you are right now, you're like that's gonna unlock quite a bit for you. So just kind of like, it's almost like preparing for that in the next few weeks here from when you hear this. But yeah, if you have a trip coming up, definitely kind of like be like, let me fully enjoy this trip. Let me fully enjoy this travel, this vacation, this time off from thinking about money, and don't stress about the money while we're on the trip. Don't like be thinking about work while I'm on it, or trying to work while I'm on a trip. Like, the universe is like, take a break, Deck 1, and prove to yourself that it's not only safe, but actually quite productive and profitable to relax and enjoy yourself and enjoy any trips you take, right? We have the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late, new possibilities. So this is, again, it's just the universe is saying it wants you to really rewire the beliefs. It's never too late to rewire your beliefs, to rewire the way you are operating around money. Ooh, the universe is saying, this is a common one that is so good though. It's a common pearl of wisdom for you. Oftentimes we expect the money to change around us without us really changing, right? We expect our financial reality, our 3D reality to change without changing ourselves. But this is true whether we're talking about relaxing your way to more money, or, manifesting money in a certain time frame, or manifesting love, whatever it is. If you want something in your life that you've never had, or that it comes in a way you've never had it before, or that you're not experiencing it right now, then you have to change, right? Like, that's just, everyone goes about their lives thinking, I'll just keep working harder and harder, and then the money will come in. And often, if you're already working hard, that's not the missing piece. You're already doing enough. It's now, are you receiving enough, right? Same with, if you're always feeling really scarce and negative around money, like when you go to pay bills, or just thinking about money, or just at the back of your head, and you're like, let me just worry some more, and that'll make the money, then I'll find the solution to make the money come. If you've been worrying about money or stressing about it or feeling scarce about it for weeks or months or years, and the money's still not coming, that's not the missing piece. You're stressing enough. You're worrying enough. Can you receive more? Can you be more grateful? Can you allow it in more? Right, Deck 1. So just know that it's never too late to rewire your thoughts, but the universe is saying you have to change, right? You have to bloom in a different way. You have to grow in a different way. You have to see new possibilities, new ways of being. So just know the universe is saying you're kind of at a cusp, I'm seeing, where there's a second chance to change the way you look at money for you. Again, this might be because you have a big trip coming up and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I actually do want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be thinking about money or half working while I'm there or being on call for my job or, like anything like that. So just allowing yourself to remember that it's never too late, that there's an opportunity coming up for you to truly enjoy yourself. And in doing that, you're kind of opening a portal to more abundance to come to you with more ease. And then you'll start to get the hang of it and realize, oh, the more I relax, the more money comes in. And it's, again, everything's a balance. But for most of us, we're operating way too far to the side of working way too much, doing too much, stressing too much, thinking too much about money, instead of like finding a happy medium between that and stressing, relaxing, allowing money to come in, trusting that we're safe, feeling safe about it. Trusting also, by the way, in the universe and in ourselves, to like the universe to deliver money to us, and in ourselves to be able to figure out what comes our way around money. That's one of the big pillars I teach in the Wealth Lab membership. So if you do feel like throughout this reading you're like, yeah, I really don't trust myself to even relax and then still have motivation to work, or I don't trust the money to come in if I take my foot off the gas, then definitely come join me inside the Wealth Lab membership, because that's something we talk about with basically every challenge. It's one of the pillars I teach on, because it's just one of the most important things that we can lean into trust. Otherwise, what's left is we just default to stress and scarcity around money. And as you know, if you're watching this, you probably know that alone doesn't get you to the money that you desire. And even if it does, it won't feel good. And then you'll have to sustain it coming in through more stress and sacrifice and struggle. So we need to kind of wipe that paradigm off the earth, which we do by changing our own inner paradigms, right? We have our Mother Rose card here, returning to each other, compassion, and humanity. Interesting how this came out right on our Abundant Assembly card, isn't it? Deck one. Interesting how that came out in that position. Really, remembering that other people want to help you. This is something I said in a recent reading. So if you heard me say this in a recent reading on this channel and you're hearing it again, just know that this is extra confirmation for you, that this is something the universe really wants to drive home for you. But a big lesson I've learned recently, and that the universe is prompting me to share with you, is that you can shift your mindset, and it's really beneficial, especially with money, but with everything, but especially with money, to shift your mindset to one of, around money, we're all on the same team. I uncovered this belief in myself a while back, where I thought, like if I were trying to make money in my business, it was just like, then I would have to convince people to buy from me, because we have different goals. Because my goal is to get them to buy from me, and their goal is to not part with their money. And it was this weird underlying belief I had around like sales being sleazy and slimy and all that stuff. But when I was able to shift this to be like, no, my goal is to help people transform around money, truly. And I have a lot of offers and products to do that, whether it's my Oracle deck or my membership or whatever. And their goal, other people's goal, is to transform around money, be able to call more money in with ease, which is what I want to help people do. Then it's like, we have a common goal. So why is there any shame or fear or guilt around selling, around promoting it? Like that ability to look at what's the common goal in any situation with money really allows you to shift more into a place of ease with it, rather than a place of fighting, a place of scarcity, a place of proving, a place of, just like that general struggle around money. It's just another way that we see money as a struggle, right? It's like we all have different goals around money, and no one's on the same team about it, and you have to convince people to part with their money, or convince people to hire you. It's like if you're applying for jobs, people want to find someone to fill that job, or else they wouldn't be posting for it. And you want a job in that area, supposedly, in that arena, if you're applying for it, right? So it's like people want to pay someone to do a job. You want to get paid to do a job. You have a common goal. When you can boil down anything around money to that, then things open up and become so much easier, and there's a lot less stress around money and things. And even think about paying your bills. The companies want to get paid. You want to pay it so you don't have to worry about not paying it. Maybe you'd rather not pay it altogether, but you want it, whatever it was that incurred that debt or that charge or that bill for it, right? Like the electricity, the water, the roof over your head, right? It's like, we can have a discussion another time about whether the way our society is set up and exchanging things for money is actually good or not. But the truth is, with where we are in our society right now, money's an energetic exchange. And when you can understand that exchange is beneficial and desired on both parts, and you can find that perspective for it, like, everything shifts. You become so much more compassionate and also so much more believing and trusting. Again, there's that word for you. Trusting, deck one, that other people want to help you. Other people want to pay you. Other people want to give to you. Other people want to assist you financially or otherwise. Other people love paying you. This was a mantra of mine for a long time in my business, which I still return to every now and then, is people love me and love to pay me. People love me and love to pay me. I don't want people paying me who don't want to pay me. That energy doesn't feel good. And then we have disgruntled customers and things like that. I want people to pay me who are excited to pay me, who don't feel pressured or FOMO, but they just more feel like you're the right person to teach me this skill. And I'm like, I want to teach you this skill because this is what I love doing. And we have a common goal. People love me and love to pay me, right? All right, let's see. What affirmation can deck one use to help them anchor into more ease with abundance? Of course, in stillness I receive, right? In stillness I receive. So again, taking that time to just be still each day, taking that time to be still, and maybe from that stillness then feel into gratitude, right? But how perfect for you, deck one, if you feel like I can't be still, I can't relax around money, I got to do more to call it in. The universe is literally saying right here, this is your affirmation. Like when you feel it, you say, in stillness I receive. Ooh, the universe is saying one last little piece for you here, deck one. The universe is saying, you can start an evidence log where every time when you are still, when you are calm and relaxed, when you take just 15 minutes to just look at the trees or at the clouds and drink your cup of tea or your water, or just eat that tangerine and enjoy it and look at the plants or listen to some music or whatever, and you're just present with it and you just enjoy all the abundance of the present moment, not necessarily financially, and you just are grateful for it and you're just still and your mind's not going 1,000 miles an hour thinking about money or stressing about it, and you're just still. Keep a log of when you do that, how maybe more money starts coming to you during that time or shortly after or later that day, or how at least nothing gets worse in your life, especially in terms of your finances, how things don't suffer because you took 15 minutes to be still, right? It's a little practice for you to do as well to help rewire your brain with more evidence that it's safe to be still. It's safe to relax, right? You can trust yourself to still get the things done that need to get done, to still take the aligned actions, and trust the universe to bring abundance to you in the most aligned and effortless way. You can trust all of that and still be still, right? It's okay to trust that. All right, deck one, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope this affirmation will serve you. In stillness I receive. Saying that as much as you can throughout the day. Rewire your brain even just with those simple affirmations, right? So, all right, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always love getting to hear your thoughts on these. I try to read as many of the comments as I can and truly appreciate them, and they often result in really amazing suggestions like this one, so keep them coming. You are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. If you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. After you do, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading as a thank you for pre-ordering or for writing a review if you already have a copy of the deck. Those links are all in the description and pinned comment below. And if you want to come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, including probably in about, I'm thinking 2 months from now when this post, we're probably going to redo that receiving mode challenge, which is just one of the favorites in there. So if you would like access to that, we're probably going to be doing some prep work for it. It's next month in there, so definitely come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. I'd love to get to connect with you there. The link for that is also in the pinned comment and description below. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 2. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has to help you tap into that receiving mode, divine feminine energy, and call more money into your life with ease. Because as I said at the beginning of the video, you can do all the things to make money, but you also have to be able to receive money to actually reap the rewards of those actions you take, no matter how big or small. And truthfully, this is something I've taught for the last almost 6 years now in different areas of my business. We're often so trained in our society to believe that hard work is what produces money. Like money is a product of hard work. And that's only half of the equation because, again, you can generate all the money you want energetically, action-wise, but you also have to be able to receive it to allow it in. And often what's required of us to really actually call in the money we want, and that level of wealth we want that sometimes feels unattainable, is actually not so much finding a way to work harder. It's often working smarter, but also just kind of energetically balancing ourselves so that we are taking the aligned actions that we need to generate the money, but then allowing that money to come in and not blocking it, right? So that's a lot of what we're looking at in this reading. We're going to look at what may be blocking you from receiving money and what you can do to open up to receive with ease, or basically relax your way toward more abundance. As a side note, being able to harness this receiving mode energy or relaxation for calling in more money is something we've covered in the Wealth Vibe membership in the past in a really powerful challenge that was probably our most powerful challenge to date and most popular challenge to date. And so that's going to be a challenge that we will probably bring back again. I'm thinking probably in about a month to 2 months from now inside the Wealth Vibe membership. So if you want to come join in to get some resources we already have in there for the receiving mode, and then be in there to kind of prepare and then dive into that challenge with us when we revisit it, I would love to have you in there. You can find the link for the Wealth Vibe membership in the description and pinned comment below. But let's dive in. We're going to find out. I want to shuffle first to see what is blocking deck 2 from receiving with ease. What's blocking easy money manifestations for deck 2? Let's see what we start off with here. Always settle for more, stand tall, and fail abundantly. These are beautiful cards. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that there is within you, deck 2, what's blocking you from being able to receive money with ease is there's this kind of, I see a fear of failure of some sort, first of all, right? A fear of failure that is keeping you settling, right? You're kind of settling for maybe the job that doesn't quite pay you as much as you want or what you know you're worth. Maybe you're settling for, not getting that promotion. Maybe you're settling, if you're an entrepreneur, for less in business, for someone who's like, well, I can't really pay that. How about I pay you this? And you're like, oh, all right. Or settling by not charging the rates you want, settling by not applying for the job you want. Or maybe if you're someone who you're like, I can't work because of health reasons or because that's not my role in our family dynamic, then you're settling because you're like, well, I'm limited by what my partner can manifest or what I can manifest based on my health. And I don't want to diminish any obstacles you're facing, right? Whether health or otherwise, deck 2. That's not the point of this, and it's not saying that isn't valid. But there's some sort of fear that you will, if you don't take what is given to you and what's first presented or the first option, you won't receive anything at all, especially in terms of money. So if you don't take that job, even though you don't really want it, but you need some money, or you kind of keep staying where you are and just taking what your current employer is giving you, or what the situation is that you've been dealt, the hand you dealt. If you don't ever try to swap any of that out because you're just afraid that then you won't have anything, that is keeping you stuck and blocked from receiving more abundance with ease. So you're actually, and this is said in a very loving way through Source, but you are making it harder than it needs to be because you are jumping at the first thing out of scarcity, out of the fear of failing, out of the fear of, if I don't take this opportunity, even though it's not what I really want, or doesn't feel the way I want, it doesn't feel good to me intuitively, it definitely isn't paying me how much I want it to pay me, or anything like that. Like, if you're just taking what you're dealt and you're not ever saying, well, what if? That's what's keeping you blocked, right? Especially if it's coming from this place of, I need to take the first thing that comes to me in terms of money, career, finances, opportunities, support, because if I don't, I'll have nothing, right? And sometimes this can be true, but oftentimes we think so narrowly in our human conscious brains, right? We think so narrowly, meaning when I say narrowly, I mean, we often think there's just one or two ways money can come to us in any given time. We kind of shrink down the whole limitless, infinite potential that the universe has in every moment to deliver us money in miraculous or unseen ways. And we shrink it all down to like one or two. It's like, either I get this job or I don't. Or what if I apply for this job and I don't get it and no other job offers me any money? Or I apply for this job and I receive it and then I don't get any other job offers because I said no to this one. Now I don't have anything else, right? It's like there has to be this understanding that you can't, that there's so much more possibility available to you, is what the universe is saying, deck 2. And when you can open up to that, you can always settle for more, be reaching for more. This doesn't mean that you don't kind of grow and step, kind of stepstone your way to more abundance or to greater paychecks or, income in your life. But it just means that always settling for less, right, is what's keeping you from receiving more with ease, because you're just constantly taking that first thing because there's that fear of failing, right? Of failing or of missing out on the opportunities. So the universe is saying, first of all, look at where in your life, deck 2, you can think of past times where you have taken on something that didn't feel good to you, that didn't meet your standards or your desires or your needs, especially where money is concerned, and how you just accepted it. When there was a party that knew you shouldn't, or you didn't want to, or it felt wrong to, or it just didn't, but it just felt like, if I don't take this, I might not get anything else. Nothing else come along. But you were saying, guess what? Nothing else can come along when you filled your time or your energy with resigning to something that is less than what you want or need. So kind of bringing awareness, first of all, to where you have done this in the past and where you're maybe still doing this right now. You were saying reflect. You could pause this video now. You could do this as a journaling prompt or just a reflection session after this reading. But just thinking about, where in my life am I settling for less than I want or need? And especially, where in my finances or career am I settling for less than what I want or need? And I know sometimes you might say like, yeah, I know I'm settling. So that 444 for you. And also 44 here. Ooh, some nice confirmation of incoming stability around money for you. Or increased stability around money for you. Deck 2, very cool. But all right, what I was going to say was, if you do feel like you're in a situation where you're like, well, I had to take this, or this is all that's available to me, the universe is saying, sure, you can take the lesser thing. You can take the thing you don't really want, but that you feel like you have to because there's no other opportunity. But you got to make sure you also stay open to more or to miracles in that situation. Deck 2. So for example, if you are on some sort of support from the government or financial assistance, or someone's helping you supplement your income in some way because of a health condition or something like that, just remembering, you like, yeah, maybe you do have to take, you take that help because it's offered to you, because it's what's available at the moment. But there also needs to be this keeping yourself open to other possibilities, or to maybe even more support, or to it happening in ways that no one else has seen happen, right? Basically keeping yourself open to potential, to possibility, to miracles in each moment for money to come to you. So it's this kind of narrow, again, the word narrow keeps coming up, this narrow thinking or narrow perspective or mindset around money, which is, I don't, there's not enough, it's almost like a scarcity mindset of not enough options, not enough opportunities. In every moment, there are limitless ways that money could come to you, deck 2. But if you just keep telling the story of, all I have is this one job, or this one offer, or this one form of money coming in, or this one level of support financially, and it's not enough, but if I let it go to make room to, do a different job or something else, I risk losing it altogether and risk losing everything and having nothing. It's like, if that's the story you keep telling, that is what you will create, and you create this kind of prison for yourself of being stuck exactly where you are, right? And this is, I know this can feel like tough love. The universe is saying this very lovingly, and just shine a light on this for you. And it's not, this isn't necessarily a wrong way of thinking. Sometimes we do step our way up bit by bit into more abundance, bigger paychecks, things like that. But the universe is saying it all depends on the energy you're in. Either, take what is not quite enough, but keep yourself open to more, or just flat out don't accept and settle for less than what you want and need, right? But as long as you keep settling for less than what you want or need, and just saying, well, that's where I am and I'm stuck here and this is where I have to be and I don't know what's going to change, that's what will continue to block more money from coming. Because truly, the universe is saying money's coming to you at all times. There's opportunities for money in every moment, more than you could imagine. But if you are only looking at how little you have, or how you don't have enough, or how you're stuck, you will miss those opportunities, right? So the universe is saying it's important for you to stand tall in knowing your power as the creator of your reality, in truly opening yourself up like a tree, kind of like, especially with all these leaves, of just like all the branches reaching out in different directions, and energetically and mentally being open to money coming to you in different ways at any moment, right? And also, just, I keep getting the word miracles for you, deck 2, like miracles. Be open to miracles happening, because yeah, maybe, for example, you are on some sort of government support program because of physical health condition or something that's happened in your life, you get some sort of income from the government, and that's set at this level, right? But who's to say that tomorrow some sort of legislation couldn't be passed that increased the amount of money you got? Or who's to say that that someone doesn't reach out and go, hey, I'm from this government agency, but actually we offer some sort of extra support if you qualify for this, and it turns out you qualify, right? You never knew, right? Like, or just that, you win money in the lotto, or that you receive an inheritance, or like something else happens, right? So when we look at where we are and tell these stories over and over, this is not enough and I'm stuck here, and we're shrinking ourselves down, we're not standing tall and putting out all these feelers and using our imagination truly to remind ourselves to open back up to all the ways money could come to us that we can foresee and can't foresee. When we do that, then we keep ourselves exactly where we are, right? And we keep ourselves in that loop of, I'm afraid to not have anything, so I'll settle for less than what I want or need. But if you said, you know what, I'll take whatever this is for now, if that feels right to you, but I'm going to keep myself open and keep aligning with the energy of miracles and possibility, then watch how quickly things will change for you, right? So let's get some guidance on how you can actually open yourself up more to that energy of miracles, how you can allow the money in more easily. So be looking for ways that you can allow money in through other people, right? That you can allow money in through other people. Again, this might be asking for support from others. This might be, sharing your story and allowing others to support you. But also looking for, honestly, the universe is saying putting your feelers out, right? I'm getting feelers, especially with this tree on the stand tall card. Putting your feelers out into the world by just talking to the people around you, to your friends, your partner, right? To the people around you, your coworkers, your audience online, whatever it is. Just putting these out saying, hey, I'm looking for other ways to bring in money. Or I feel like I want to reach for more. I know I'm deserving of more. I want more abundance. I want more responsibility. I want more in my job, right? Maybe it's to your manager or something. I want more fulfillment. I want this, whatever it is in your career, in your job, with your money, whether it's support or opportunities or things like that, but just saying like, I want more. And just saying, do you know of anything? Like, just ask. You're saying just ask and see how that can bring you things. Also, the universe is saying you might also be already receiving kind of opportunities or invitations from others around you to pay you for certain things, and you're kind of closed off to it because you're so focused on what your current situation is how you don't have enough. Or you might say, I don't have time for that because of this. Is that really true? Or can you shift things, right? So the universe is saying there might already be those opportunities that you've overlooked, and maybe kind of go back and revisit those, or just be on the lookout, or even opening the pathways for those conversations, for talking to people and asking people around you, because money flows through other people. It's kind of like, I'd say this all the time, money flows through other people, whether it's you found money on the ground, someone had to drop it there for you to find the money on the ground, or if it's someone hires you, someone has to hire you, someone has to, approve your paycheck, even if it's direct deposited automatically every week. Like there's so many ways that money flows. It's almost always flowing through people, right? Someone has to print the money. Someone has to deposit the money in your account or approve the deposit automatically every month. Someone has to approve you for the credit card. Someone has to, hand you your change at the store, right? Someone has to click buy on your product online. Money's always flowing through other people. So tap into that. Tap into your network, or start networking more if that feels good to you. But also just allowing other people to bring you opportunities. That's going to allow you to open up to receive more money with ease and to be more in that receiving mode. And in ways that are miraculous, ways that you can't even foresee, because it doesn't have to be that they'll have a job offer for you. That could be it. Maybe it's an easier job than the one you're doing now and it pays just as well or better. But maybe it's also that someone's just like, hey, actually, I know of this program that actually, pays out X amount per month for doing this really simple thing. And the money just comes to you so easily, right? So just keep yourself open to that. Let it be easy, right? Trust the seasons, embracing change, cycles of life, transition, growth. I'm getting that where you are right now, where you feel like you don't have enough, deck 2, where you're in this season of settling maybe for less in one way or another around money or career. However you are settling for less, you're telling the story of, I'm stuck with this because I'm afraid if I let it go, I won't receive more to replace it, right? Or exceed it. Where you are now, it's like there's a lot of lessons for you to be learning right now around money. So another way that you're going to open up to receive more easily and relax your way into more money is asking yourself, what lessons is this season of life trying to teach me? What lessons are available to me? What's the big cosmic lesson? What's the big lesson for my soul's growth? What's the lesson for me as an individual for my personal growth? What lesson am I being asked maybe to receive around money here? 1414 for you. Ask yourself and really sit with it, and again, reflect on if you want. It's a good journaling prompt after this reading. What lesson am I being asked to learn here? What lesson is presenting itself to me around money, around my own self, around my perspective, my mindset, and really looking at that and using that to help you continue to move through the season without feeling maybe bitter or stressed about it, but instead feeling very empowered and feeling like, okay, I get the assignment now, and moving through whatever lessons you're here to maybe karmically learn, or just that are available to you to give meaning to what you're moving through too, so that you don't feel like it's just this cosmic unfairness of where you are right now. Deck 2, that kind of needs to be released. But when you can release that by looking at what's the lesson, what's the point of this, what's the purpose, give it a bigger meaning, you'll more easily be able to feel empowered in moving through it, right? So just another kind of thing to reflect on there to help you open up into more ease with money, help you release the struggle, right, is really what we're getting at here. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself, right? Like, the universe is just saying, I know I'm dumping a lot on you here. I know I'm dumping a lot on, this is the universe saying this, on you about calling out, like, where have you been keeping yourself stuck with settling for less and not reaching for more, and not feeling like, you know, I can't reach for more because if I do that, I have to give up this, and what if it doesn't come back or doesn't come through, it isn't replaced. And it is like a matter of keeping it's like, I think of, I'm going to misquote it terribly here, but the Rumi quote of like, why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open, right? Like something along those lines of like, you've created this prison for yourself in this way of saying, I can't have more because of blah, 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 because of these excuses, and this is the way the system is, this is the way the world is, this is the way my job is, my finances are, blah, blah, whatever it is, my situation is, my health is. The universe is saying it's not that those things aren't true, but you're making them a hard and fast non-negotiable rule for yourself. And instead, if you say, this is where I am, but I'm going to open myself up to believe that more is possible for me, and you're gentle with yourself and not beating yourself up for keeping yourself stuck here, right? And just be kind to yourself, just say, hey, I'm learning lessons. Then again, you get to open up to receive more with ease, right? So really cool. We're going to pull from the Wealthy Woman deck to just get any other guidance we have. I see prosperous overflow coming your way. I do feel truly like you're moving through a cycle. You're moving through a season where it feels like there's not enough, or it feels like you're not getting as much as you want, especially financially or success-wise, and that there's just this needing to move through this cycle. And it's like, that's not always fun to hear, but it's just, this is just a cycle because there's lessons for you here. But the good news is it's a cycle, so it will end, right? And it's the faster and deeper you go into not getting stuck in a story of where you are and making that mean anything about where you could be or what's available to you in the future, then the faster you get to move through this cycle. And maybe that's the lesson you're meant to learn, right? Maybe the lesson you're meant to learn here is learning how to be okay releasing what isn't serving you or the not enough, and asking for your worth, asking for what you desire, going after it, believing you can have it, trusting that you can have it and that you can make it happen, right? Maybe that's what you're being asked to learn here. You might also be being asked to mend the flow, meaning mending, again, I'm seeing here the flow of money, the way you view the flow of money in the universe and in your life and what's available to you, right? So learning to really transform your relationship, right? Like a lot of what I'm seeing for you is you're in a period of feeling like what you want is off limits to you in terms of money or success or career, but it's about mending your inner flow and your inner relationship with money, with yourself, with the universe, to allow yourself to step into that prosperous overflow. So really mending these stories of, again, what I'm getting so clearly for you is, and I'm just going to say this the way the universe is putting this through me, is deck 2. Where you are right now, financially or otherwise, does not mean anything about where you will be financially or otherwise in the future, unless you make it mean that, right? Oftentimes we take where we are right now, our mind takes where we are right now and projects it into the future and says, well, if I'm here, then this is the trajectory I'm on. And that's not true, because anything can change at any moment. So the universe is truly asking you, deck 2, in order to be able to open up with ease, is to lean into the belief of anything can happen at any moment. Every moment holds infinite possibilities for money to come my way, for my financial reality to change, my situation to change. Anything can happen at any time. More than I can imagine can happen at any time. And when you stay open to that and stay tapped into that energy and that mindset and that belief, that's when the receiving is going to get easy for you, because you're going to believe, yeah, anything could happen. Someone could call me and say, I want some money, or that there's money that they found that I didn't realize I had, that someone left me in stocks. And, like I've had things like that happen in my life. I've had people call me and be like, hey, you have $1,000 in this HSA account from your old corporate job. And I'm like, what? I didn't know. I thought I spent all. They're like, nope, here's $1,000 on a debit card to use for, personal care items, used for co-pays, for, for doctor visits or whatever. And I'm like, oh, wow, look at that, $1,000, right? Like I don't know, but I just know I'm open at any moment that anything can happen. Anything can come to me in so many different ways. So that can be a good mantra for you. I am going to pull an affirmation card for you from one of our decks over here to give you an affirmation to help you truly really lean into this belief of an opening up to possibility for wealth in every moment for you, and allow yourself to call in more money with ease. But that could be a great one right there, is just anything can happen in any moment, honestly. Or every moment has infinite possibility for abundance. Whatever version of that feels best to you, but using some sort of affirmation like that to remind yourself of that truth of the universe can be really powerful. All right, and then this is beautiful, but your affirmation that I will send you on your way with here is, to begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. So the practice of allowing, how perfect, right? Allowing money in. I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. Again, this is just perfect reminder. This is some beautiful confirmation to end our reading with. You do not need to try to plan out how the money is going to come to you. Of course, it's great to have some ideas, some plans, taking some regular actions, whether it's going to work or, like applying for jobs or whatever it is. But you don't have to plan how the money is coming to you. Deck 2. I think this is a really important reminder. We could all stand to hear, but it's what you definitely need to hear right now, which is you don't need to plan how the money's coming to you. It's actually impossible to plan and predict how the money's coming to you. Your mind is not meant to see into the future unless you have your clairvoyancy activated, unless you have that clair activated. You're not meant to predict the future. Even that, I have my clair, I have all 4 of my clairs activated, and I can foresee things. I can sense things into the future. It doesn't mean I know exactly how they're going to happen. I saw 22 for you. So beautiful. You are not meant to know exactly how it's going to happen. If you did, you would already be doing it and having the money you want. And if you did, life would be really boring too. Let's be honest, if you knew how everything was going to play out. So part of the fun of life and the magic of life is the adventure, the unknown. But it's really important for you to truly embrace. And this is like the thing that if you can really let this in, it's going to unlock so much for you. And if you struggle letting this in, come join me in the Wealth membership, because we do this in so many different ways with all of our different challenges. But if you can really let in this idea that you don't have to know how the money's going to come in, you just have to keep taking the aligned action and keep yourself open to it. Like that's your only job, is stay aligned, stay feeling abundant, stay in the belief that anything can happen at any moment, and just be open to that truly, and heal whatever beliefs tell you that nothing will change for you. If you can do that and stay in that energy and stay in that belief, then the universe is like, you're giving the universe full permission, and you're so open and receptive to the universe just giving you all these miraculous ways for money to come in with ease, right? And then you can just relax and allow it in. And you just take the aligned actions as they come here and there that feel good to you, the things that feel truly aligned, that feel intuitively correct to you. And then that's like the money will come. But building that trust in that is hard. I get it. It's hard. It's why I created the Wealth Fund membership, because we talk a lot about this, and basically every challenge we do helps in some way cultivate that trust that money can come to you in amazing ways, and that you don't have to know exactly how it's going to come in, and you can't know exactly how it's going to come in, right? So, yeah. So if you need to, you can lean on this affirmation if this feels good to you. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. You could even modify this to say, to begin the practice of allowing money, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me opportunities, or deliver possibilities to me. Whatever variation works for you. Make it work for you. So, deck 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below, letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. Reading the comments on these means so much to me, so definitely comment if you feel called to. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance if you're not already subscribed. if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you do that, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I'm giving away as a thank you to anyone who pre-orders the deck or who writes a review if you already have a copy of the deck. That link to claim that exclusive reading is also in the description below. And if you want to come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there and also get to share all the resources we have for trusting in the abundant possibility out there in the universe and also getting into the receiving mode and allowing money to come to you more easily. So if you want to come join me in the Wealth Vibe membership, the link for that is also in the pinned comment and description below. So with all that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, deck 2, and I'll see you in another reading very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 3. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has to help you to tap into that receiving mode, that divine feminine energy, and call more money into your life with ease. Because you can do all the things to make money, but you also have to be able to allow money and to receive money, to actually reap the rewards of those actions you take to make it, no matter how big or how small. And this is something I've been saying to the other decks, that it's just important to keep in mind that in our society we are so trained and conditioned to think that money is a product of hard work, of action. And that's half of the equation, right? Like if you are constantly working so hard that the quality of your work diminishes, or you are working so constantly that you miss other opportunities for money to come to you, or that you actually are working so hard that you block the money from coming to you, then what's the point, right? It's the self-sabotaging situation. And so there's kind of this balance we all need to strike that I've talked about a lot over the last 6 years in different areas of my business. So I'm happy to do this reading to really shine some more light on where you can do this specifically, deck 3, but there's always going to be this balance to strike of making sure you're taking aligned actions, but then also being able to sit back and receive the rewards, the money that comes from those aligned actions, right? And that's often something that I've found in the almost 6 years of running my business that people tend to struggle with the most, is their ability to see or reap the rewards of the action they take around money. And the truth is we need a lot less action around money than we think we do. We need some, right? But it's often not this all out burnout energy. It's very much an aligned selective energy, and then we get to receive, right? But we're going to talk about how to foster that here so that we can look at what may be blocking you from receiving money and what you can do to open up to receive with ease, or basically relax your way to more money. As a side note, being able to harness this receiving mode or relaxation for calling in more money is something that we have covered in a past challenge inside of the Wealth Vibe membership, and it's been one of the most popular challenges in there. So I'm thinking in the next about month or two, we're going to rerun that challenge in there, where we prioritize and really learn how to leverage the energy of the receiving mode, this divine feminine energy, to relax our way to more money. So if you want to join in and get some immediate resources that are in there around that, and then also be there to prepare for and then dive into that challenge with us when we revisit it soon, definitely come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership. I'd love to see you there, and the link for that is in the description and pinned comment below. So that being said, let's move your crystal out of the way, and we're going to start shuffling. All right, I'm going to start shuffling just to see what is deck 3's big block around receiving money with ease. Where are you blocking yourself? What's the block? Is it a situation, a person? We're going to shuffle these to see which ones want to fall out for you. Is there someone or something, internally or externally, that is blocking deck 3 from receiving with ease? We have the Bloom, creation realized, right time, harvest, celebrate, the anointed, answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts, the rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously. Wow, okay, deck 3. Do you not believe that you can get paid for doing what truly lights you up? Do you not believe that it's really just a matter of taking the aligned action to make more money? Like, that's the big block that I'm getting here. I'm getting that there's a level of, there's some belief within you, pretty big one, that is disconnecting you from your power, from your ability to answer the call of what your intuition, what your inner guidance, your soul is begging you to do, really what the universe is like, here's what you're here to do. This is the next right step for you. Whether it's these small aligned actions or big, career paths, there's something in you that's keeping you disempowered, disconnected from being able to answer that call, from stepping into being the leader of your life, from really harnessing your soul gifts and seeing the value in them is what I'm getting. Again, inner call, right? Like soul led, the mystic, living courageously. We also have creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate. So especially with these two cards popping up, I'm just seeing a lot of that energy of, for you, where the biggest block is around receiving, is that you think you have to do things, and so, like, there could be variations of this belief because this is a general reading, right? But what I'm seeing for you, if you pick this deck especially first, is that there's some deeper underlying belief that says, in some shape or form, that if you want more money or you want wealth, you have to do things you don't want to do or that are unpleasant to do to get it, right? So maybe it's you have to go to a job and you have to work 40 hours a week or 50 or 60 hours a week and you hate doing that. I saw 222 for you. That might be the belief for a lot of you. Or I have to make money in this certain way. There could be the belief of, like, if I want more money, I'm going to have to sacrifice my free time with my family. Like, there's some level of you're going to have to give up or do something you don't want to give up or do something you don't want to do or that doesn't feel good to do in order to make the money or receive the wealth you desire. And you're saying that's the biggest thing that's stopping you from blocking, or it's blocking you from receiving easily, which makes sense, right? If we have a belief that, like, money can't come easily, it has to come through struggle and sacrifice, then of course that's the reality we create, right? We will ignore opportunities that come our way where money could come to us easily or for doing something we love to do because we don't feel it's legitimate. We call it too good to be true, right? So universe is saying, this is something you can do now, or pause the video and do it now, or do it after this reading, but journaling on or just reflecting on for a moment with your undivided attention for just a few minutes of where in my life have things happened that I've said that's too good to be true, so I ignored it. Or or where am I doing things in life that I don't want to do to make money or to build my career success because I feel like that's the only way to do it or that's what's required of me and that money can't be easy, right? And just looking at that and seeing how much of that rules your life, rules your day-to-day actions, maybe the job you go to even, maybe it rules your choices around money and how you spend or save money. There's so many different forms that this can take. This belief, it's a very pervasive one. It's a very common one. I've had all sorts of forms of this belief in my past that I've had to uproot and rewire, but ultimately this belief that you don't get to be paid, like getting paid or receiving money has to be a struggle, or it has to be in ways that don't feel good, or it can't come easily, right? Like, that's the big belief, right? That it has to be unpleasant. Making money is unpleasant in some way because it costs me something. Whether it's my free time, my family, myself, my health, my sanity, right? Like, whatever that is, that's the belief that needs to go. That's the belief that's blocking money from coming easily to you because you're saying it can't come easily, right? It's a kind of obvious one, but it's also incredibly, it's a little mind-blowing how pervasive this belief is in our society and how much it's ingrained in us that we can't just get paid for what we love to do, or we can't, or at the very other end of the spectrum, we're going to have to, 444 for you, so this is some nice confirmation, we're going to have to do things we don't want to do or that don't feel good in order to receive money. That, like, money just is this, it's like this thing you have to sacrifice for. So what sacrifice do you think you have to make in order to have more money? Deck 3, just think about that for a minute. What sacrifice do you think you have to make to have the wealth you desire? Because especially if you are in a position where you feel like you can't go get a full-time job and make that amount of money, it's like, do you believe that the amount of money you want is only available through a full-time job? Because that's not true. I'm, in fact, living proof of that. I don't work a full-time job and I make more money than I ever made in my paid 40-hour-a-week job, salaried office job. Like, there are so many people out there that's proof of that. So you were saying, look for proof of when you find, like, what that belief is of, like, I feel like if I want X amount of money, I have to do this unpleasant thing or I have to give up this thing. Can you find any evidence in your life, either from your past experiences or the people around you or just other people online like me or other people that prove that that is not objectively true? Because that's the thing that's blocking the money from being easy for you. From you being able to maybe work less and make more, or be able to do what you love to do and be compensated for it and be energized by your work instead of depleted by it in some way, or being able to call in money when you, for some reason, cannot work a full-time job or cannot even really work. Like, all of the preconceived notions you have that you've been conditioned with in our society that say that money doesn't come easily. Money doesn't grow on trees is what I'm hearing. You might have heard that a lot as a kid growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. Is that objectively true? Can money not come easily? Right? There needs to be some detangling of this belief, right? I know this sounds so obvious. When it's like, yeah, money can't come easily. That's your block, is believing that. But, the other piles had very different blocks. For you, it's the block of telling this story of it has to be hard, or it has to be unpleasant, or it can't come in a pleasant, easy way. It has to come in a hard, unpleasant way in some shape or form. What story is that? Identify that and start to see where you're giving your power away to it, right? That's the first thing. Because the universe is saying that this is actually, you're at a point in your life, whenever you're listening to this reading, deck 3, that this is exactly the right time to start allowing your life and your financial reality to bloom. And when we think about things blooming, right, like flowers blooming, it's a very pleasant picture, right? It's a very pleasant connotation, the word bloom, for most people. The universe is saying that you're at a point where you're supposed to be realizing more and more now. And it's going to become clear to you if you're open or receptive to it, to seeing how, like, this is the right time in your life for you to understand and see how it just gets to be enjoyable. It gets to be effortless. Money gets to be easy. It gets to be enjoyable. It gets to come to you in easy, enjoyable ways. Doesn't mean we don't ever do anything, right? Like I said at the beginning of this reading, making money does require some action, but it's aligned action. It's action that feels good. It's action that maybe even feels easy. It's doing things, sharing our soul gifts. The things that come easily to us. Those are your biggest money-making gifts. Also, this is another potential block for you, deck 3, which I see a lot with people. Something I've built almost an entire business around, is teaching people how oftentimes your biggest money-making gifts are things that come easily to you. But because they come easily to you, you write them off. You think they come easily to everyone else. And so therefore they're not valuable. That's a lie. Money can come easily to you when you start to understand what comes easily to you and valuing it and saying, this doesn't come easily to everyone. And because of that, it means it's a gift I'm meant to share, that I was born with, that's meant to make money easy for me, that people will pay me for if I learn to leverage it in the right way and value it. So this is a time also for you to start exploring what comes easily to you. This is something I talk about a lot, again, in the Wealth Vibe membership. We do a lot of valuing our worth and the worth of our gifts and the value of our gifts we have. So again, if you need support in that, come join me in the Wealth Vibe membership, because that's woven into like almost every challenge we do. It's one of the big pillars I talk about, is understanding your worthiness and the value of what you bring to the table and how you can leverage that to call in more abundance, to manifest more money, right? So whether it's in your day job or a career or just in your life with others and being compensated by others in your life, just, like there's so many ways this plays out, but this is the time for you, deck 3. The universe is saying this is the time for you to truly start identifying and thinking about and reflecting on what comes easily to you and why that's such a valuable thing. Like, I guarantee you have multiple things that come easily to you. Maybe you're very good at math. Not everyone's good at math. That's a very easy one to see how that could be valuable, right? But also maybe you're a really good listener. Not everyone's a good listener. How could that be valuable? In your career, in your day-to-day life, where then maybe people would want to pay you for some reason. Maybe your friends want to constantly take you out to lunch because you're such a good listener. It's a way money can come to you easily. I know it's small, but we start small, right? Maybe it's that, oh wow, you could be a good coach or counselor or therapist. Or maybe because you listen so well, you're really good at hearing what people need, and so you're good at closing sales. Like, do you see how it's like we dismiss the things that come so easily to us, and you were saying it's time for you, deck 3, to start looking at the things that come easily to you and start valuing them and connecting the dots with how can I leverage this to call in more abundance? How can I see this as valuable and then start using it to call in more abundance? And see yourself as valuable too, right? On a deeper level. So those are the things like to be looking at that are most likely blocking you from receiving money easily, is that you don't believe that money can come to you easily. You believe it has to be hard in some way, right? And you're not valuing the things that do come easily to you and seeing how those connect to the abundance you desire. When you start doing that, money gets to start coming more easily. You get to be relaxed a lot more and not be hustling as much or sacrificing as much, because your underlying belief gets to change and you get to go, no, I possess highly valuable traits, skills, gifts that others would love to pay me for because they don't possess those skills and traits and gifts, and they need someone like me who does. Whether it's traditionally through a job or in a business or just, people around you want to pay you. You'd be surprised how often that happens. All right, I started shuffling and the cards fell out immediately, so that just tells me we're very much on the right track. But I have some cards here for you from the Wealthy Woman deck to see what you can do to open up to receive with ease. All right, so first, Divine Surrender. Of course, that makes sense. This card is all about allowing the universe to bring opportunities to you. Opportunities that are going to expand you. The universe is saying right here with these two cards, it's saying, give me a chance. Oh, the universe is like, give me a test. Ooh, that's exciting. We're not often asked to test the universe, right? But the universe is saying, deck 3, give me a test, give me a chance. What if you just let go for a couple days and just said, all right, universe, you tell me, you show me, bring me at least 1 to 2 ways that money can come to me easily without struggle or sacrifice, or in a way that feels good to me. I'm open, I'm looking, and you actually look. You actually look, whether it's opportunities that are big or small, right? Maybe it's winning a $10 gift card for just sharing your opinion on something which comes so easily to you. Maybe it's someone just giving you a gift, right? Or saying, you're such a good friend, I wanted to buy you lunch, right? Or maybe it's something bigger, like a whole career opportunity. But what are ways, like say to the universe, give the universe a challenge and say, okay, universe, I'm going to give you 48 hours. For some reason, I'm getting 48 hours. Give them 48 hours or more if you want, but 48 hours. I'm not going to try to find ways to make money happen. I'm just going to allow you to bring me opportunities, and I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be on the lookout, but you got to bring me some opportunities for money to come to me in a way that feels easy or enjoyable, or both. And then see what happens. You're saying, let me expand your belief of what is possible around how money can come to you. If you just relax and enjoy your life for 2 days, that's what the universe is asking. 2 days, deck 3. Relax and enjoy your life for 2 days. It'd be great to do on like a weekend or when you have 2 days off of work or something like that. But just take 2 days off, or like right after you've paid all the bills, so you don't have to think about that for a few weeks or a month. Take 2 days off from worrying about money. Take 2 days off from working and hustling so hard and trying job hunting. Take 2 days off and just be enjoying your life, doing things that feel good to you, and allow the universe to bring you opportunities for money. Be looking for the universe to bring you opportunities for money to come to you in ways that are easy and enjoyable. See what happens. The universe wants to prove to you that you can do it, that that's possible. We have the Artisan card, which is perfect because this is all about worthiness and value and detaching your value from money. But also in this case, what I'm getting for you, deck 3, is that really, again, this is confirmation of like valuing your inner gifts. An exercise that I've often given people to do. I started doing this when I was teaching a lot more on human design. If you know what that modality is, then you'll understand this, especially if you understand anything about projectors in human design, which is, I'm a projector. But if not, you don't need to know human design to understand this concept. But this is something practically you can do. And you can do it during the 2 days where you're allowing the universe to bring you abundance. I would just say doing this regularly is a really great practice to help you open up to receiving more money with ease and in ways that feel easy and good to you. But it's just daily when you wake up in the morning, or at some point through the day. I like doing it first thing in the morning whenever I'm doing this practice for myself, before the day really gets, you get carried away with the day. But just taking a moment, even if it's just 30 seconds, and think of one thing that comes easily to you, and then think of 1 or 2 reasons why that's so valuable or who that would be valuable to. So again, for example, like for me is sometimes when I'm doing I call this a self-value practice, and I give this to projectors because as projectors in human design, we have to see our worthiness before others see it and then are willing to pay us, right? So whether you're a projector or not, this is still incredibly valuable. But for example, when I'd be doing this self-worth exercise for myself, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd immediately close my eyes again, and I'd feel like, all right, what do I value about myself? What comes easily to me today? And I would think of things like my creativity. I'm very creative. I'm a creative person. Especially like writing comes very easily to me. Now I know. In retrospect, I channel, that's why it comes so easily to me. But that's something that comes easily to me. And I think, why is that so valuable? Why is my creativity valuable to others? I'm like, well, in my business, I create a lot of different tools and modalities for people to help them shift their mindset and change their reality around money. In my personal life, like it's just very fulfilling. And when I'm fulfilled, then the people around me, I'm a better person, I'm a better mom, I'm a better partner, I'm a better daughter, sister, friend. Like, I'm just a better person. That helps people. And when I'm creative, I can come up with creative solutions to problems. Or I can create things that shift people in ways without them realizing they're being shifted. By the way, that's a lot of what I do with these readings. So do you see how it's like I just took one trait that comes easily to me that would be like, yeah, but a lot of people are creative. You can't make money with that. And instead I valued it and looked at, why is this valuable? It doesn't come easily to everyone. Not everyone's a creative person. And definitely not in the way I'm creative. But even beyond that, it's like, who would value this? Who would pay me for that? And guess what? Very shortly after I started doing this practice, I created my oracle deck, this Wealthy Woman deck. And then now I'm getting paid to create more decks, right? Like I'm making royalties off of decks. I have publishing deals. I've been paid for this deck. People have paid for the deck. More than like hundreds, thousands of people paid for this deck. I've made money from the deck, right? Like from a creation, something I created. I wrote it and I hired an artist to illustrate it. Like I created this. I'm a creative person. Do you see how I got paid for that? And I took aligned actions to get there. But it's like it all stemmed from, if I didn't believe that my creativity was worthy of compensation, I would never have tried to pursue making this deck, let alone anything else I've created, which I've created so many things, pieces of content, these videos, created programs, my membership, right? Like so many things. So that was a very long-winded explanation, but I want to just paint that picture of you of how valuable of a practice this is. So the universe is saying each morning, like start this practice of just finding something that comes easily to you and loving it and valuing it and connecting the dots of just how could this be valuable to others, and know that those aren't the only ways, it's just the ways you can imagine, because the things that come easily to you, they're valuable to others in more ways than you can imagine. But at least just start to rewire your mind to believe that, so that you can start to look for and find and come up with ideas and opportunities for money to come to you easily, right? Through things that come to you easily. We have cosmic celebration. We just had celebration on this card too. The universe is like cheering you on. It's like as soon as you start doing this practice, which by the way, it'll feel weird and a little awkward at times to do this sort of practice because we're not used to gassing ourselves up, right? We're not used to talking ourselves up and celebrating what comes easily to us. We're very much taught the opposite in our society, to celebrate what you've worked hard for and struggled for, which again, there's value in that too, but we're missing the other half of this equation. We're missing this balance of celebrating what comes easily to us and seeing the value in it. So the universe is saying, when you start celebrating that, the universe is going to start celebrating you and bringing you more opportunities because you're going to be on the lookout for it. You're going to be an energetic match for money to come to you more easily. So I'm so glad these cards fell out for you. They just popped right out of the deck, and they truly, I think, paint a great picture with some practical practices you can start doing, actions you can start doing. But also, like, test the universe. Give it 2 days. See what comes. Just experiment with it, right? And then if that feels good and you see some good results, even if they're small, keep doing that. Trust for 3 days, trust for a week, and see where that leads you, right? Practice curiosity. That's perfect, right? What was I just saying? See where it leads you. Just get curious. What can the universe bring you? Be like, all right, universe, I'm curious. What do you got for me? What are you going to bring my way? How can money come to me in a way that's easy or feels good to me, right? The universe is also saying surround yourself with people who do the same. Honestly, if you want to, come join me in the membership, in the Wealth membership, especially next month. Next month we're doing, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me yet, I'm not going to fully commit to this, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing a detox money negativity challenge in the membership, and then we'll be doing our receiving mode challenge the month after that is my plan, tentative plan, because the members just voted in the membership, and that's what I think we're going to be doing next. But it's so important for you, Deck 3, to be around people who aren't going to just refeed you the old stories you've already been conditioned with that keep you believing that money has to be hard or not feel good in the way that it flows to you. Be around people who will help you build these new beliefs. And that doesn't mean you have to totally let go of the other people in your life. It just means don't talk to them about money as much, or don't engage in the way they complain about money. It's important for you to be around people who are going to build up this mindset of money can be easy and it can come in a way that's enjoyable, and I can receive with ease and I can relax a little bit more and still be highly compensated or still be highly supported financially by the universe and by the world. So if you have those people in your life, great, lean into talking to them more about events. If you don't, come join me inside the Wealth membership if it feels aligned, because this is so much of what we're doing. It's like perfect timing, but also in the coming months. But also it's just great to be around. This is why I created the Wealth membership. Is a big reason of it was just like having like-minded people to help you foster the mindset you want to foster around money, who get it, who speak the same soul language, who are all on the same journey, right? So yeah. And this is our third card talking about celebrating. So anyways, come join the Wealth membership if you want. That's in the link is in the description and pinned comment below. But celebrate the little things. I don't know that I feel like I've maybe pulled this card once, but I've used this deck a lot and I don't pull that card often. I pull these a lot, not this one. Celebrate the little things, right? What were we just saying about? We have celebrate, and we had celebrate, and we have celebrate. So I feel like the universe is trying to give you a very clear message here to start celebrating what comes easily to you. Celebrate the little wins and the little pieces of evidence that come your way that the universe brings you that says money can come easily and enjoyably. Keep an evidence log of that maybe to really rewire your brain more quickly. But celebrate the little things. Deck 3, celebrate the little things about yourself and celebrate the little things, the little wins, the things that come easily. Like really think about like when was the last time, did you find like a penny on the ground or like a coin on the ground the other day or a few weeks ago? Did you celebrate that or you just go, oh, that's cool, you picked it up or you just walked past it? Celebrate it. That's a way that the universe is like, look, I'm bringing you money easily, enjoyably. Wasn't that fun to find that? And if you're like, I don't really care, the universe isn't going to send you more things. It's like, oh, they don't enjoy getting money that way. All right, they must enjoy doing it the way that you're like, I need to hustle, I need to do more. And they're like, well, I guess maybe that's the way they enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like the universe knows our deepest desires. But do you see how I'm getting at? Like, the universe is like, well, you didn't enjoy that. Let's find a different way that maybe you'll enjoy it. Do you enjoy it because you want to feel like you earned it? All right, I guess you can work hard for it and then I'll let you have the money, right? It's like when you start celebrating the little things, the little ways money that comes to you in a very easy way, that feels good to you, the money comes in so much faster. If you are into rituals or more witchcraft work, I have a video that I will link above. This video is my money bowl spell video, and I do this is like one of my magical practices. I do this literally every day with no fail, and it has just created such amazing results in my life for manifesting wealth into my life. But you'll see in the video, I just saw 333 for you. Perfect confirmation. But in the video, it's a tutorial, and it walks you through how I set up and do this money bowl practice and ritual and spell. But daily, you're basically like looking for ways abundance came your way and having gratitude for it. And when you do that day in and day out, you will notice more things. You'll see more opportunities for abundance that you wouldn't have perceived or noticed before. And also you will become an energetic match for those things because you're celebrating them and the universe brings more to you. So if you want that, if that's interesting to you, you can watch that video. But if not, that's fine. There are tons of other ways you can do this. You can do this with a gratitude practice or something like that. But really the universe is really trying to just push you to just celebrate yourself, celebrate the value you bring to the table. Know that, go with that knowledge into interviews to be able to pitch yourself. The job can come so much more easily and you'll be a better match for it. Maybe you'll be higher paid for it because they're like, wow, that's really what we're looking for. And you didn't realize that. You just knew that's what you value about yourself and what you bring to the table. Just celebrate the little things, celebrate yourself, celebrate the little easy money wins, and see how those things snowball. All right, we are going to get one more card for you. I want to get an affirmation for deck 3 that you can use to help you just really maybe celebrate yourself more or just allow money to come to you in a more easy and enjoyable way, right? And actually rewire that belief. So yeah, an affirmation to help you rewire that belief. This is, of course, perfect for you, deck 3. When I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. So to break down what I am reading in this card for you, when you stop trying to make the money happen and forcing it and struggling and sacrificing for money, and instead attune your energy to celebrating all the little wins, yourself, the value you bring to the table, you tap into the stream of well-being. The universe will rush in to support you, especially when you give it that chance to, right? So you can lean into this affirmation if you want, and you could say something like this, or you could make a shortened version of it because this one's kind of a lengthy one, right? But so even something like, when I celebrate what comes easily to me and the money that comes easily to me, more abundance comes my way. Could do something like that. But something along those lines, right? Like just affirming that over and over to yourself. If you want to do some robotic affirmations, great way to start rewiring your mind, right? To believe that money can come easily to you. It can come easily and enjoyably. And when you do that, you get to relax more, you get to allow it in, you get to work less, earn more, sacrifice less, receive more, right? Like it gets to be so much more easy for you. Deck 3. All right, deck 3, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below, letting me know what you took from this reading and how it resonated. I love getting to hear your thoughts on these. They mean so much to me. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance if you're not already. If you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, then be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I'm giving away for free as a thank you to anyone who pre-orders the deck or to anyone who writes a review of the deck if you already have a copy of it from our previous print run. And if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community, especially community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, including those challenges that I've been talking about that we have coming up around detoxing the negativity around money, detoxing those limiting beliefs, and also sinking deeper into the receiving mode and harnessing that power of relaxing to call in more money, then definitely come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. I would love to get to connect with you there. The link for the membership is also in the description and pinned comment below. So with all that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance and celebration, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.